and it's welcome to Now You Novi, your favorite Novi podcast. I am Cheryl Walsh, your host, and with me is our amazing, esteemed, charismatic, what else can we say?
Wow, these are all things
manager.
that are, is it performance review time already, Cheryl?
I was just going to say I'm not bucking for a raise or anything, boss. How are you? Are you Super Bowl ready?
Sure. We have a big Chiefs fan in our house, so we are looking forward to that. So he's getting all of his jerseys clean and everything. So
there you go.
Welcome to February. Welcome to some good weather we got on the horizon before the Super Bowl.
I know. It's amazing, this weather. And we could be typically talking about snow, usually around this time of February. I only know this because the good chief, my chief, our former chief, not the chiefs, travels a lot this first week of February, and is historically always a snowstorm, always bad weather. And here we are looking at 55 plus later this week. Amazing.
Fingers crossed. Here we go.
I know. But with that awesome spring-like weather here in Michigan, construction seasons, and I hate to say this, I don't want to say in full swing, but it's there.
We have two seasons in Michigan. It's winter and construction season.
I know Puxatawny Phil was in Novi last week, I saw, and he didn't see a shadow, but he saw road construction barrels already.
Yep.
All over Novi. Wixom Road. Last year, we concentrated a lot of the efforts in our communication. It seemed like Taft, Novi Road, Meadowbrook. This year is going to be to the west here, and our residents and businesses in Western Novi are going to feel it with Wixom Road.
That's correct. So this was on tap for last year, but with everything you just talked about, this was postponed until this year, like it or not, just to give some kind of relief to all the other road construction we were experiencing last construction season.
So you're right. So it was funded and set to go in 23. And when our DPW team and your office obviously looked at it and said there's just no way we could have every north-southbound road in Novi under construction. It just, I mean, people felt it last year. It would have been an absolute debacle and nightmare. So up for 2024, let's talk about a project already underway, actually began late summer of last year, and that is the much needed sanitary sewer replacement along Wixom Road.
Yeah, so this is a replacement in preparation for the road construction. We want to get the sanitary sewer replaced and upgraded. This includes some pump stations over there as well. So this was kind of not to meet the needs of new development. This is kind of to meet the needs of the current development, and to what we have in place is already at capacity. So this is expanding upon that and just enlarging the sewer system to help facilitate everything on the west there, the Island Lakes and everything west of Wixom area.
So, again, I'll say a big hats off. I mean, we have infrastructure in place. Our team, your office recognizes it's aging. We're going to reconstruct the road. Like, it makes sense. Like, let's do one before the other rather than, hey, let's redo the road. And then, we have a problem with the sanitary sewer. It's failing. It's aged, further. We got to come back in, tear up the road. So it makes sense in preparation, it's a puzzle piece. Let's get this piece done first and then come in and redo the roadway.
Exactly. So again, I mean, this is just part of our infrastructure network that we have in terms of how we get the wastewater out from the different homes and different areas to the treatment facilities. So we have lift stations, which really kind of pushes the wastewater to the treatment facilities and whatever districts we have. So the city is divided by different districts that receive that wastewater and treat it and then disperse it accordingly. So this is just upgrading that. And when we got into into those pipes, we realized the depth and the size of them and the planned work on them did not. Once we got in there, we realized that what we planned wasn't going to work. So with that, we had to then do an open cut, and we couldn't do all the work underground. We had to kind of cut the road open and cut the ground open to do the necessary work for this. So that's going to require what, Cheryl?
The road is closed right now.
Yeah.
Sadly, You're right. There was a multitude of things. They're also having to pump groundwater. The water table, if you will, I guess, is much higher than anticipated. So they're in there having to pump down water to make it safe for them to work in a trench situation. There was issues, right, with the size of the pipe. So they actually now need to saw cut, and they are going to be laying that pipe across Wixom Road. So between 10 and 11, Wixom Road is closed to through traffic. It's more, I want to say, like Birchwood and Kelsey Bay is about the area, but anyone looking to travel from 10 Mile North to 11, it's closed to through traffic. And that's for about 4 to 6 weeks while they make the connection there under the roadway. So unfortunately, the detour has people going all the way to back up to 11 and back over. It's an inconvenience, a short inconvenience, while they make that improvement and wrap up that project here, probably within the next 6 to 8 weeks. That project should be complete.
The whole sewer project.
The whole sewer project.
So the road will be reopened, but in terms of getting that sewer project wrapped up, yes. So 6 to 8 weeks, and then right after that,
right. So the full road closure for 4 to 6 weeks, which will take us probably to mid to late March. Right on the heels of that is the project Victor and I were alluding to at the beginning of the discussion here, and that is Wixom Road reconstruction. From just south of Grand River, it's almost 2 miles, all the way to 10 Mile. So that then is going to see Wixom Road down to 1 lane, northbound traffic only. So anyone traveling on Wixom Road will be forced to go north. So northbound only traffic is going to be maintained, and I don't want to shock anybody, but that project, the full reconstruct, in addition of left turn lane and curb and gutter work, et cetera, is going to be right on the heels of the completion of this sewer project. So late March, early April till late fall, so through November-ish.
yeah, and we're doing that one way only, just to get it done in one construction season. If we maintain two-way traffic, that means we would do only 1 lane this year, and they have to come back again the following year. So we realize this is an inconvenience, but it makes the process a lot quicker and allows us to wrap it up all in one season, so we don't have to come back again. It worked for us well on Taft Road. I believe Novi Road as well was the county project.
County, yep.
So this happens, and it gets done. It gets done a lot quicker.
So we actually had a pre-construction meeting last week with our school partners. There were several. Catholic Central, we know, is impacted. Obviously, the schools. Well, there's Deerfield. Middle school, residents, there's businesses. We're impacted. We have a fire station there at 10 Mile and Wixom. So all of the, I guess the community partners, if you will, were at the pre-construction meeting. So everyone could share any thoughts, hear firsthand from the construction engineers what the game plan was, what the timeline was. So school bus routes, will be rerouted. We're working our best. As CC talked about, they have that entrance off at 12 Mile. Is it an option for students when they leave school to go out 12 Mile, that entrance? So everyone can communicate effectively. Apologies in advance to all of the residents over there, but it is going to be a good 7 months, I guess, April to November, of a headache, if you would. But what we're looking at again is almost full 2 miles of asphalt resurfacing. They're adding a left turn lane between 11 Mile and up towards Grand River, concrete curb and gutter work. We are going to notice all of those impacted with a postcard mailer that will go out late this week or early next week, just asking them if they want to be, if they want to receive routine correspondence about the project. We're going to have a closed email group so they can send their name, email address, what their address is, and we will keep everyone in the loop with routine construction. This is something that's worked really effectively for us up on the Great Lakes Water Authority project. I don't want to say it doesn't impact everyone. Meadowbrook's been closed for 2 years now, so it does impact everyone. But the residents that are impacted daily, with everything from noise, equipment, etc., it's an easier way for us to communicate to a smaller closed group, and then they also have a lifeline to our office and our construction engineers and project managers that have boots on the ground.
Yeah. So again, we encourage everyone to get engaged in that Facebook group. But yes, that stuff will be mailed out to everyone, and I'm sure that Mr. Busher and Mr. Herzig will start their recordings and releases of the construction update, because we're at that season already. So more to come about the rest of the construction season as we get closer to spring, but it is upon us.
Yeah, I would have never thought, Victor, but this is early for us. Usually it's late March, early April when we start putting, the maps together and start looking what the impact is going to be. I can't believe it's February and here we are. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So predictions for the Super Bowl this weekend.
Oh, wow. I think the Chiefs will win a grind out game by, I would say, I think 49ers are up by 7 in terms of their odds, but I would say Chiefs by 3.
Chiefs by 3. You heard it here.
There you go.
The Cardenas household are rooting for the Chiefs, and the young man will be proudly sporting his Mahomes jerseys, and
he's got a Mahomes, he's got a Kelsey, he's got all the hats. Yes, we're all in.
That's good. Until next time, Novi, we'll talk Super Bowl and the next one, and what else you want to talk about next time, Victor? What's on the horizon?
I'm still waiting for those emails to come in from our residents and our listeners.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Mayor's going to start a show soon.
Is he?
He is. He's not a podcast.
Oh.
He's going to resurrect Update Novi.
Oh, okay.
In March, our new TV studio will be up and running, and he's committing to a monthly show, and he too wants to hear from residents. What are their questions? What do they want to know? He wants to do a segment on what's happening from a counselor perspective and a vision, maybe share some visionary type thoughts, but wants to have questions and be able to respond to, the day in, day out questions that we get and things that you and I field, and on a consistent basis, and be able to address those. So
very cool.
Victor and I are open. Whatever you want us to talk about, shoot us an email, communityrelations@cityofnovi.org, and we're happy to address any of the questions, comments, concerns that you might have.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Until next time.
Now you know why.
Now you know why. Take care.